One of these booktubers is going to be choosing my reads. Hey besties, welcome back to my channel and welcome to one of the most fun reading vlogs I have ever had the opportunity to make. Today's reading vlog is a booktuber book swap. So here's how this is gonna work. Step one was we all drew names, and whoever we drew, we gave that person 3 book recommendations to choose from. I ended up drawing Allie, so if you wanna see what she read from my list and what her thoughts are, go watch her video. It's probably out by the time this is out, and if not, it will be soon. And as you guys can tell from the very beginning of this video, the person that drew me was Miss Khalilah. Now the 3 books she gave me to choose from was Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, 6 of Crows, and Funny Story by Emily Henry. Now 2 of these 3 books I own physically, which is 6 of Crows and Funny Story. And the book that I have chose to pick, which you guys probably can tell from the thumbnail, is Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is the first book I will have ever read by Emily Henry, and to say I'm excited is definitely an understatement. She's obviously a very hyped up, very beloved author, and I am very excited to give this a read and see if I understand the hype, if this is going to be a 6-star read for me like it is for Khalilah, or if it's gonna fall flat. Who knows? We shall see, but it's time for us to go hop on a plane and head to Austin and hang out with the book besties and do some reading. So let's do that.
Suddenly, the world I used to know, I see it differently. You woke me from a dream, now here's reality. Baby, baby, you are really hurting me. Cause every time you tell me I look good and that I'm doing fine, but nothing ever changes.
I fear I'm gonna love this.
I see, baby, you are hurting me. Stuck in repeat. Stop lying. I know you're playing your part, but baby, it's breaking my heart.
And I think I'm gonna find something.
How could I know if you don't need me?
Is this gonna be the first
Let me know when I go.
Okay guys, it is our second full day here, but we did I personally did no reading yesterday. We were at the bookstore for 4 hours doing lots of filming. If you want to see that, that's going to be a completely different video. And let's just say I did some sneaky stuff and I did pull it off, and it's going to be so fun. I can't wait for you guys to see it. That should be the video up after this one, but I'm only 50 pages in on Funny Story from the plane ride and just reading it on the way here. So I do want to give you guys like a full reading update of what I'm thinking so far, because I may be thinking lots of good things, but I do want to sit down with Khalilah and talk about my thoughts so far. So we're gonna get into that. But before we get a chance to go and talk to the lovely Miss Khalilah, I wanted to talk about Mother's Day and today's lovely sponsor, which is none other than Ana Luisa. So thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. You guys know this is not the first time I have talked about Ana Luisa on my channel, and it will surely not be the last, because not only do I love their product, but I also just love them as a brand. Not only do they have affordable pieces, but they are also amazing quality that will withstand the test of time and not tarnish just when you wash your hands, or with summer right around the corner going to the pool or the beach. And did I mention they're also hypoallergenic and sustainable? And with Mother's Day right around the corner, there is no better gift to give those moms in your life than a piece of jewelry from Ana Luisa. And I'm a mom, so I would know. These are the 3 new pieces I ended up getting, and I am obsessed with every single one of them. These are going to be the best additions to my collection, because personally, wearing beautiful jewelry is one of my favorite little things in life, and being gifted something so meaningful like this mama necklace makes my heart feel so full, because my son is now at the age where I'm not just mom, but I am his mommy. So this necklace just reminds me of every time Makai tries to come up and give me a hug, and Elijah's like, no, that's my mommy. But if that is not the mothers in your life style, then something so timeless and beautiful like this Aura watch strap bracelet is an amazing option, as is literally anything from Ana Luisa. I have so many pieces from them that I mix and match and wear literally on a daily, and a beautiful new bracelet, a mama necklace, or just a simple new necklace stack is a top tier Mother's Day gift. And don't worry about it not getting here in time, because with Ana Luisa, you do not have to wait at your mailbox for days days, weeks on end waiting for your jewelry to get delivered. No, they have fast and free shipping anywhere in the US. So use my link in the description box and shop Ana Luisa's Mother's Day sale and get the moms in your life a beautiful and meaningful Mother's Day gift that will withstand the test of time. Thank you so much again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. Now let's go chat to khalilah about funny story, because we have lots to say. Okay, we are here with khalilah and we're gonna have a little chat. Okay, so I have notes on my phone, so we're gonna kind of just go through some of the things that I was like really thinking in the moment, like wow. Okay. So I kind of put down that I was on page 2 and I was thinking that like I was already just loving her writing style. Like this is the first Emily Henry I've read. So I can see why people are so obsessed with like just the way she writes, the way she speaks is phenomenal. Like I'm on page 2 and I'm like, oh my god, already, yes, like, yes. Yeah. Okay. So on page 17, I underlined this because I was like, wow, like the way she's speaking is speaking to me. Yeah. It says books were the only thing I was gluttonous about, but I didn't care about owning them so much as absorbing their content. I was like, wow, like that is such a beautiful way to word that. I am a little gluttonous about owning them personally, but it's like
stories, it's just so beautiful. Yes. And it's like, it's so touching when you find something that directly hits you and exactly how you feel, but you've never known how to like put it into words.
Yes, and like that's one thing I think is so special about people that literally feel like they were put on this earth to write. Yeah. It's like they're able to put even horrible feelings into words that make you feel like I feel horrible about the same thing, but like wow, that was a beautiful way to word it.
Yes, I agree 1000%.
Oh my god, no. Talking about this, I'm like, I'm gonna cry.
No, okay.
Okay, so we're also on page 17 and I underlined and I literally started tearing up on the plane. Her talking to her mom. It says, oh Daff, who am I gonna be when you're off at college?
Oh my gosh,
stop. Yes, yeah. I'm literally gonna cry.
Are you very close with your mom too?
Well, thinking about like that I'm a mom and like I feel like sometimes, this is so sad.
Okay, yeah.
I just feel like the mom in me sometimes, like I look at Elijah and I'm just already mourning like him like growing up because it's happening so fast. Like he's 3 and I'm like, I swear I just blinked and it went by. And it's just like her saying, you're still going to be you, the best mom on the planet. And I'm just like, oh, like I hope that I raise Elijah in such a way to not only be like a great person, but to like have a relationship with him where he's like, you're literally the best mom.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me cry. I don't have any kids, but like the way you're talking.
No, I like reading about motherhood is just so special to me. Like obviously I'm a mom, but like then the way she's just writing about it, it's just so good.
I love it. You're literally gonna sob then.
The way I'm like trying not to cry, I'm like shaking.
That was me this morning. I was like talking and I'm like I like love how even just being in the beginning of the book, you're already connecting with it
so much. And I feel like that's so refreshing for me right now because I haven't had a 5-star read yet this year.
We're in April.
I know, and like the only one has been a reread, and I just don't really like count that.
Me either.
I haven't been so like connected to a book like all year, and I feel like I've just been so slumpy and like not reaching for books as much, so like this has been
like a good reprieve.
Like it feels so refreshing to like finally feel that way. And I love the humor. I feel like it completely sneaks up on you. There were so many times where I was like just reading like dead-faced on the plane, like thank god I had a row to myself because something would say something and I just literally start chuckling because I'm like, whoa, where did that like come from? Like page 19 says, I was some unhinged Stephen King villain who might handcuff you to the headboard and mother you to death. And I started dying laughing. I was like, what is this? Like the humor, it's like the perfect humor. Like it just sneaks up on you, but it's so good. Like I literally love it.
I've read about 4 of her books. I've rated all of them before this one a 3-star. Like I didn't like, I mean they were okay, like just average. 3 stars isn't bad, but like none of them stuck with me. And I know there are some like die-hard Emily Henry fans, and I just didn't understand the hype. And so like I went into this very half-hearted. I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna be like whatever. When I tell you this is a 6-star for me, I went from average to literally this is the best thing I've ever written or read. And when I read this, I was like, oh, I'm a lifelong fan now. Like I can literally read whatever you say and I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
every single time. And the thing that I really liked about this book is that the humor is so real.
Yes.
And it seems like real people, like they're clumsy, they make mistakes, like they do like awkward little things. And I feel like a lot of times in romance books, they kind of just cut that part out.
Yeah.
It seems like a movie. It does, you feel a little bit removed from these characters, but this feels so real.
Yeah, because I feel like the way that the humor like pops up in this feels like you're actually like having a conversation with someone and someone just says something like goofy and you're like, oh my god, you're the funniest person I've ever met. Wow, like this makes me very excited to read, like go back and read all the other books, like and see how I feel because like wow.
She blew me away, honestly. I wasn't even gonna read it. Yeah. Like I just did it because I'm like, oh, I have nothing else to read and I wanted to read
and
romance.
That's when you find the best books. Like it's literally
so good.
Oh my god,
to see like, how else you feel about it.
Yes, that was such a long chat. But I feel like it's necessary. Like that's the whole point of this video, and this is the only book I'm gonna be reading. So like, let's fill it up with talking. And
I'm like genuinely curious about how you feel, because like this book is low-key my baby. So I'm like, oh, if you don't like it, lie to me.
That is how I low-key feel with Allie reading Kingdom of the Wicked, which you are gonna have to make sure to go watch Allie's video after this because she's reading Kingdom of the Wicked. And if you are like a die-hard follower of mine, you know like what that book means to me. Yeah. We will see you. I'm gonna do some reading. I'll see you when I'm ready.
Cause I gotta be, cause I gotta be you. Things got so complicated, not like it was before. At the edge and we should break it, but you keep on coming back for more. I've been waiting here before. It is not the first time, thinking that you'll come around. I've been waiting here before. It is not the first time.
Read in that hour, so we're starting now.
Yeah, what she said. We've been talking nonstop and we need to just get some reading done because we have so much still to read. So we set a timer. We're doing a little challenge. We're gonna read for 1 hour straight, no yapping, just reading. So we're gonna get started. And I am obviously reading Funny Story. Because I want to throw this goddamn book across the room. This needs to keep going this direction. Yeah. Please. Okay, so we just finished doing our 1 hour reading challenge and I ended up reading, I think it was 29 pages. We did end up making like a whole reel of like all of our results of like how much we read in the hour. So that's on all of our Instagrams if you want to go like actually watch that. But we are about to head to another bookstore and it's just a little walk from where our Airbnb is. So I will see you guys at the bookstore. Actually, I'm really trying not to. Good morning, besties. Do I have an update for you? Obviously, we are back at home and no longer on the trip. Sadly, I do miss those girls, but I'm also happy to be home, obviously. Anyways, I am literally on page 350. So literally 300 pages later, but that's how you know that this is going swimmingly. And also how you know this is going swimmingly is the notes that I've been taking on my phone. So let's dive in, shall we? I feel like a lot of the things that I talked about in that first real update with Khalilah still stand to be true. The humor in this book is so good. It sneaks up on you and it's just completely my humor and I love it so much. I literally have found myself so many times audibly giggling, laughing, and also, again, the writing is beautiful. I have found myself trying to fully absorb every single word, sentence, page into my skull. And speaking of skull, okay, page 125, I underlined half of this sentence because I feel like I've genuinely never read writing like this. It says, halfway here with me and halfway deep inside his skull. Hello? There are so many other instances in this book of beautiful writing that completely describe a feeling or a setting or just anything without over explaining, but it also explains it in the most beautiful way possible. Here's another example. Page 92. And in those days when I was mourning in a puddle, Peter was doing damage control. So if our breakup wasn't a basketball game, maybe it was a race and I was too slow. Hello. And another one. Close enough that I become the moth to his irresistible glow, trying to resist the pull to move closer. Page 243. And those are literally just a few examples. I genuinely don't think I could be loving this book anymore unless there's literally only one thing that could be making this book better, and it's if it was dual POV. That is literally the only thing that could make this better. I've also been absolutely loving seeing the relationship blossom between Daphne and Ashley. I love Ashley. I think that I really discovered that after the update with Khalilah, that I really love her. I feel like there are some parts of her that I can really see myself in, and there are some parts of her that I could never ever see myself in, but I love her so much. And of course, don't even get me started on the romance. No, but actually don't get me started. We're gonna fully talk about the romance in this book between Daphne and Miles at the end when I finish the book, because I genuinely feel like my brain still needs to process. But let me just say, Emily Henry knows how to write men, and we're gonna leave it at that. We have about 34 pages left, so we are gonna finish this bad boy up, get some reactions. I'm probably gonna cry because I was already crying earlier. Let's get reading and let's finish this book. The feeling of curiosity and awe and wonder, that was where I made my home every time we moved, a sensation that couldn't be taken away. Literally, that might seem like such a silly little quote that's just so meaningless to a lot of you, but you also, if you're a reader, understand that sometimes books just hit you, and when books hit you the way that this is hitting me, every single little sentence means something. It's magical. It's just filled with so much emotion. I was literally reading earlier and I had started crying at a scene, but then like a chapter later, nothing sad was happening, but I just kept crying because I was just so overwhelmed with emotion that this book was bringing out of me. Like, I was just so overwhelmed with this book and how it's making me feel. There's something so unbelievably magical about the people who write stories and about how they are able to portray these things and write them in ways that hit us so deep in our freaking soul. Like, there are some people that you read their books and all you can think is, wow, this person was put on this earth to write. They have a God-given talent, and that is how I'm feeling reading this. And this being my first book by Emily Henry, and I can promise you it will not be the last, I feel like she was put on this earth to write and to do this. I mean, this is just so beautifully written and is just pulling so many emotions out of me, so many more than I feel like sometimes you think possible from words on a page. And it's books like this that truly make me regret hating reading up until I was literally 19 years old. No, 20 years old. How silly of me. I feel like that's not a sentence that should make me cry, but I'm crying nonetheless. God damn it. I can't even see what I'm underlining. God, there's so much to unpack in this final review at the end of this. Like, I just can't. Good morning, bud. Morning, buddy. How'd you sleep? I am an emotional wreck. Also, I took my freaking little blanket hoodie off because the kid wanted it. But oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes, I did.
That's so silly.
That's so silly.
Did you see oh my god on camera?
I did say oh my god on camera. I know I look crazy, okay? But oh my god, I'm not even done. Like, I'm literally not even done. I still have 19 pages left. And I'm literally just crying constantly. god, I literally can't stop crying. Oh. I am so unwell right now. God damn it. I have so much to highlight, or not highlight, I have so much to annotate over those last, like genuinely the whole page. How do I do that? I don't know, but I'm going to. This line got me so good because why did she say you're wonderful? You're the reason for the word wonderful. It really shouldn't be used for anything else. Oh my god, I'm so unwell. This is honestly embarrassing. This is honestly embarrassing, but I couldn't be having a better time. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my god, stop. What the fuck? Why am I crying this much? Oh my god. Oh, shit. I feel so ridiculous right now. Wow. Wow. That is a way to end a book. That is a way. Full fucking circle. In the most beautiful way possible. Oh my god. I literally can't right now. I'm gonna be crying for so long. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my god. I genuinely can't. I can't. This, I am literally gonna need hours to recover before I can give you a full review. This is now definitely one of my all-time favorite romance books I've ever read in my whole life. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna see you guys in a few hours when I'm not sobbing, when I look more put together, and I actually can form a full sentence. Wow. Okay, besties, the time has come. Here are my full thoughts, feelings, and rating on Funny Story by Emily Henry. Now, there are 6 main things that I absolutely loved about this book. 3 of them I have already touched on, so we're not gonna really go into detail about that, but that is the humor, the writing, and Ashley as a character, but also her relationship with Daphne. I've already talked about those plenty in this video, but I just wanna reiterate that I loved those things. Now on to the 3 other things that I don't think I've talked about. Maybe I have a little, but we really need to talk about it. The first being the relationship between her and her mother and the way she speaks about her mother. I love seeing in books parent-child relationships portrayed in such a positive, healthy, strong way, especially when it's coming from our main character's eyes and they're talking so highly and in so much admiration of their mom, dad, or both. Squeezes my heart so much as a mother because I want nothing more than to raise Elijah and any future kids that we may have to be not only great humans, but I hope that we raise them to have healthy, strong relationships and for them to feel like they can look up to us and that they admire us. I want to be talked about that way by my kids because I was just the best mother I could be to them and they see that and they love that. Does that make sense? I truly believe the best and most rewarding thing that I will ever do in my life is raise Elijah, and if we have other kids in the future, raise them to be good humans and to just be able to watch them grow and have a relationship with them. So seeing how her and her mom's relationship is and how she talks so fondly of her and just it really touched my soul. Now, the second thing is the character development and growth. I feel like Miles and Daphne's growth both felt so real. Okay, it didn't feel like I was just reading a romance book and of course they go from point A to point B in like basically a straight line. This felt so real because there was hurt and then love and then more hurt. Like it felt like real people making real mistakes and truly trying to heal from the fact that they're both going through horrible breakups and they're trying to heal and they're trying to work on themselves because they have their own inner demons to battle. It felt so real. I don't know how many times I can say the word real to get it into your guys' skull that it felt real. It just truly made not just the story and their development feel real, but it also made it feel like I was reading about real people and not fictional characters. And lastly, of course, the relationship. We gotta talk about Miles and Daphne. Like I said earlier, and I feel like this can encompass a lot of how I feel, but oh my god, can Emily Henry write men. The way this story was a slow burn in the best way possible, we get to see them go from basically strangers to people who are literally healing from horrible breakups and living together because it's the best situation for both of them, to becoming friends and falling in love. It was so unbelievably beautiful. The way Miles puts Daphne first, not out of obligation or because he feels like he has to or because he's trying to be nice, but because he genuinely wants to, was the most absolutely beautiful, stunning thing I've ever read in my life. And Daphne is so smitten with him, and just the way she speaks to him is so like amazingly beautiful. I think I mentioned earlier a specific quote, and I'm 99% sure it said, and I quote, "You are wonderful. You are the reason for the word wonderful." Like, wow, that is so beautiful. And their love story was just so real, so raw, but also beautiful, and it just felt so pure. Also, the way that the spice scenes were written in this book is very unlike any spice scenes I've read in any other book, because it didn't just feel like two people just trying to get off, or two people who do love each other that are just trying to get off. This felt so much more intimate, so much more loving, like two people genuinely just showing how much they love each other rather than just trying to get off, if that makes sense. Not that there's anything wrong with the other two, but I've just never read spice the way that I feel like this was written, and it was just really refreshing, honestly, to read it in a different light. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But I could truly go on and on and on about this book and all the things I loved about it, but let's just leave it at saying that this is now one of my all-time favorite romance books I have ever read, which means it's time for my rating of the book, which is...
Hey!
Well, I finished it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, what did you rate it? I'm like terrified, but also really excited.
I gave it 5 stars.
Did you really?
Yep.
Oh my god, I knew it. I knew you were gonna love it. It's so good.
It's so good. I'm struggling. Now the 3... Whoa. Smirking is not the word I'm looking for, but you know what I'm saying. And whoa. Nope. That just took a really long time to process in my brain. By Emily Henry. It's my anxiety. Whoa. Add another one to the bloopers. I was some unhinged Stephen Whoa. Dally? Whoa. Holy crap. Start over. Take like 5? Sorry to interrupt. Did any of you order Chipotle? Shaughnessy did. Okay, and I'll probably... Okay, can I ask a silly question of literally anyone? What? Can someone come here real quick? Yeah. There's like no wind, and I want someone to come blow on my pages so that they'll move. Yes, perfect. Thank you. That's so cute. Yes. Alderton? I was like, yes. Yeah.